Hi guys, it's the Kings of Nothing, and we're back with Magium. We left off where we were Barry, and we were a normal guy, and we wanted to become a mage. And according to our research, we had to win a mage tournament, which we entered, but the mages in that were like world class mages. So, what we did, we entered it. There were two guys fighting. One was Darren, and one was some cutthroat something. The cutthroat guy was about to kill Darren, but we saved him by lying. And now we're here, and he's asking us why we came here. First, they thought we were a wizard, and now he knows that I'm not a wizard. So what he knows we are not a wizard, so he's asking us why would we join the tournament. So now let's see what we tell him. I think we tell him the truth because he seems like a nice guy. He's known as the healer in armor, so that's probably a nice guy thing. So tell him the truth. Honesty is the best policy. Not so much, but okay. I'm after the same thing as you, Darren. I tell him. I'm after the Magium. It's been my dream ever since I was little to become a mage, and Magium can grant me that wish. Come on, Barry. You're going to have to make up a better lie than that if you want me to believe you. He stops and looks me straight in the eye. By the gods, you're being serious? Barry, I commend your bravery and determination, but you do realize you can't win this entire tournament by bluffing, don't you? Of course I know that. That's not the only ace up my sleeve. But what else aces does he have in his sleeve, Mr. Barry? But what about you? They say you are one of the strongest mages in the world. So how does one as strong as you get bested so easily by someone named Cutthroat Dave? Dave. Okay, now that's his name. I have to remember that. I think he'll come back again in the story. Oh, that. He is sounding embarrassed. You see, Barry, I may be powerful, but that doesn't mean I don't have weaknesses. It turns out one of those weaknesses is that I never really managed to master the shield spell properly. The shield spell? The one that casts an invincible protective layer around yourself? But isn't that one of the first spells any mage learns? Continue. It is, but it's not like I can't cast it at all. I can defend from magic just fine. It's normal weapons that I have a problem with. Okay, that's why he could kill him with those throwing knives. This is why I wear armor. This is why I use a sword and shield. I first started using them because I couldn't use the shield spell properly, but soon I started tailoring my magic around them and my very fighting style. I found a master that could teach me to fight with weapons, and I used my magic to enchant them. Then, after every fight, I just use my white magic to heal my wounds, like so. So, he is basically a healer. He demonstrates it by raising his hands in the air and making a white light appear all around him. So, what do you call those guys? Paladins? He sounds more like a paladin than a mage. He demonstrates it by raising his hands in the air and making white light appear all around him. As the light shines, his wounds start closing and the blood fades away. He is a paladin. The cutthroats' knives had a life of their own, and there were many of them attacking me simultaneously. If I had a proper shield spell to defend against them, defeating him would have been child's play. But defending against all those knives with a shield and sword alone would have been impossible regardless of my combat skills. Sort of true. All armors have their weaknesses. All he had to do was go for the armor's joints repeatedly until he wore me out. Why are you telling me all of this? Shouldn't you be at least a bit worried about revealing me your greatest weakness to someone you just met? Hey, you just saved my life, so you can't be that bad, right? Pardon me for interrupting. I hear a woman's voice from behind the trees. Pardon me from interrupting. I hear a woman's voice from behind the trees. But would you by any chance be Darren, the legendary savior of the eastern continent? Another person heard this. So we're going into the next chapter. Yes. Both me and Darren turn around at the same time. We see a slim, tall figure standing, slim, tall figure standing behind us with long black hair, fair skin, and a very serious look on her face. She is wearing leather pants, a long sleeved white blouse, and a green hooded cloak. Now we have met a paladin, a rogue, and what looks like an elf in a mage tournament. Seriously, guys, it's a mage tournament. We mages, at least. She appears to be somewhere in her early 20s. But that's not all there is to this woman. I can also sense a strong magical aura all around her. An aura that couldn't possibly be coming from a regular human. Could she be a banshee? Aren't banshees that's those screaming kind of monster stuff? She doesn't look like one from your definition, Sir Barry, sir. My heart starts beating rapidly again. That night from 15 years ago is coming back to me. Oh, the plot thickens. I can see it vividly, and I can still hear the laughter, that sinister, high pitched laughter. Will it never stop haunting me? So he had a encounter with the banshee. That's pretty bad for a person, I guess. I breathe in deeply and try to calm down. This woman can't be a banshee. The feeling I'm getting now is too different from the one I got back then. Does that mean she's a mage? No, that would be impossible. Why would that be impossible? We've seen thug be a thug be a mage, so why can't a elf or a ranger be a mage? This stuff is all over the place. And yet, Barry, whispers Darren, don't be afraid. I know white magic. I can purify her. Why? I can purify her sounds very weird. I realize Darren must have also sensed the magic coming from the woman and concluded that she's been possessed by a banshee. Banshees are parasitic spirits that need to inhabit bodies in order to survive. They usually spend a few weeks inside a body in a dormant state before taking over. During this phase, the host may develop magical powers. Once the banshee is in full control of the body, they say she has awakened. The only way you can save the original host has once she's been possessed by a banshee is to use white magic to purify her before the banshee has fully awakened, which basically means killing the banshee without harming the host. However, there's a catch to everything. However, the purification technique operates on the assumption that a woman cannot have magic powers of her own. They call it purifications. But all the technique does in fact is to completely eradicate the aura that gives off this strong magical vibe, with the purpose of also eliminating the banshee along with it. On the other hand, if the aura does not in fact belong to to a banshee, but to the woman herself, the purification would be nothing short of a death sentence. So what you're saying is, Barry, a normal person, knows all this stuff about white magic. Barry, the normal guy. I still think Barry has a lot of magic up his sleeves. He probably is a Stillwater. No, wait. Listen to me. I blurt out. This woman isn't a banshee. So what? You're suggesting she's a mage then? Barry, women can't be mages. Stop. Don't discriminate against women. Women can be mages. There hasn't been a single recorded case of a woman mage in all of our world's history. Every time a woman's developed magical powers, it has been because of a banshee. Every single time. Don't you think I know that? But this one is different. If you try to purify her, you may well end up killing her. How can you be so sure? Because I have met a banshee before. Up close. Have you met a banshee before, Darren? No, he admits. You just said you trusted me enough to tell me your greatest weakness. I'm asking you to trust me on this too. Can you trust me on this, Darren? Darren gives me a long look, like rolled his eyes or something, and then he sighs deeply. Alright, we'll do it your way. But I'm keeping an eye on her. I swear, Barry. If it turns out you're only saying all of this because of her looks, I'm going to. Would you guys mind telling me what you've been whispering about for the past minute? That was only a minute? The woman asks. Her looks deciding which one should make a pass at her, just finishing our discussion from earlier. I think we shouldn't tell her that she's a banshee. Just finishing our discussion from earlier. And an ad. We were just finishing a discussion from earlier, I tell her. She is eyeing me suspiciously. She doesn't appear to believe me, nobody would. She decides to drop the subject for now and addresses Darren instead. You didn't answer my question. I was asking if you were Darren the healer in armor. I am, indeed, answers Darren. What business would you have with me? Probably kill you because it's a mage tournament, you idiots. Fight. The host from the top would be like, why aren't they fighting? We want blood. I require an escort. I'm not certain I can survive this tournament by myself, and I've heard of all your deeds of valor and all your legends, so I thought that maybe. Say no more. I will grant you my protection for the duration of your quest. From what you say, I would surmise. It should be summarized, right? That you're not actually trying to win the tournament. No, I'm not. I'm looking for a friend. I think she's lying. Personal experience. She's probably trying to win the tournament and is probably going to kill us both at the end of it. And I have reasons to believe that she is somewhere on this continent. But I don't have any specific leads just yet. For now, I just need to stay alive. Then you can join us. We were just about to get out of here. We're way out, too out in the open right now. Us? You're planning to travel alongside this Stillwater? You can't trust him. Actually, he's not a Stillwater. He's just a normal human. Dan asks, correct, sir. Great. I'm wondering if he plans to blow my cover to every single person we meet from now on. Is that what he told you? The woman asks. And you believe him? He's just trying to get you to lower your guard. Ask her what she has against me. Why are you so toxic? Ask why the two of us should trust her. Ask why she is so quick to trust Darren and not me. What she has against me. Hey, I'm right here. I tell her, what do you have against me anyway? Don't give me that act, Stillwater. I've heard of what your kind can do. Human life has no value to you. Tell me, what did the people of Olmnar ever do to deserve such terrible fate? Whoa, whoa, let's all calm down, says Darren. He turns to the woman. Listen, I understand your concern, but this man saved my life and I intend to repay my debt to him. If you're looking for an escort, then it's going to be the three of us traveling together. Shh. I'm not accepting any alternatives. The woman pauses to consider Darren's words. Very well, she says. If that's the way it has to be, then I am forced to comply. But know that I'll be constantly watching my back. I'm not as easily convinced as you, healer. They should probably call each other from their names because they'll be traveling for a long while. Great. Now that we've got that settled, let's be off. Adventure awaits! Wait, I call out. You still didn't tell us your name. The woman turns towards me and gives me a pondering look. After careful consideration, she decides to answer. It's Kate. My name is Kate. Kate. With those last words, the three of us, leaving the clearing, and head into the forest in the hopes of finding some place away from the ongoing battles that are being waged across the land. So now we've got another person in our party who doesn't trust us, a healer, and somebody who is probably like a very normal girl. So we're probably going to die, all of us. So see in the next episode if we die in the first 10 minutes. Continue.